Chris Cox is right up there with the legendary Monty Roberts. And on a recent trip to Texas, I met the true master of his trade. 3 times Road to the Horse champion, Chris understands the mind of any horse. Quarter horses, thoroughbreds, they all come alike. For Chris really is the ultimate horseman.
I was actually born in the United States, and my family moved to Australia when I was about 18 months old. And my dad had actually gone up and purchased an island off the top of Cape York Peninsula of Australia, an island by the name of Prince of Wales Island, just below Thursday Island. And they had some cattle on it, some horses, and he went and settled his family on that island, and very fortunate enough to grow up, on the back of a horse. And the only transportation we had was one Massey Ferguson tractor, and the rest were horses. So I was 18 years old when I came to the United States. The reason being, I just wanted to pursue a career with my horses, and there was more opportunity at that time for me to come here. Got a contract with the Bureau of Land Management, and what that is the federal government program that looks after wild mustangs. They're taking these wild mustangs off of these ranchers and adopting them out to the public to give them a better life. And some of the vegetation out there wasn't holding up to survive for these wild horses to survive on. So I'd go across the country and start these horses and demonstrate with them, and then we go to the next town and they'd adopt out more horses.
Your name is out there with the likes of Pat Pirelli, Clinton Anderson and Monty Roberts, and you've beaten them in the championship Road to the Horse. Could you explain a bit about Road to the Horse for me?
What that is, Oliver, it's a stage to where they bring people like myself that have gone around teaching people, the clinicians or the natural horsemen, and bring them to a stage, and they run in a bunch of, probably about 10 or 15 wild horses, and you draw for your time to select a horse. You select a horse, and you have 2 days with time slotted allotments that actually are used to protect the horse, for sure. And you're judged. And on the last day, on the second day, you actually ride them through a obstacle course. And you have to walk, trot, canter, stop, turn around. You have to be able to jump on them. And we rope on them, we drag a log on them, go through a lot of series of obstacles, and pick up all 4 feet. These are horses that have never been handled. So you're judged by some of the best horsemen in the world, and been very fortunate enough to be invited 3 times and win it 3 times.
How long does it actually take you from meeting the horse to riding it?
Oh, every horse is different, Oliver. I tell people all the time, it's not just about being quick, it's more about being effective. And what to me is the most important is the foundation that we build on these horses, because giving them a future, it's not about me trying to impress an audience or a judge. It's about building that horse's future. And so some horses I can be riding them around in an hour. Some horses might take me an hour and a half, And there's a few out there that are a little tougher. So I take every horse as an individual.
Well, I've been down in Texas now for a week, and I've heard through various different sources that you and Monty Roberts lead the way as far as horsemanship's concerned. Someone like Monty Roberts would be sort of better known in England. Why would you not self-promote so much?
Well, I guess we're just a little more humble, and word of mouth, I think, is one of the greatest promotions that you could ever have. And we've got a little saying that we say, no salesmanship, no showmanship, only horsemanship. And I stick by that, and I've got some really good clients. We go, we perform throughout the United States and all over the world, and I'd rather let my horsemanship do my promoting for me. Some of my greatest accomplishments, in my opinion, is watching somebody else get success from my teachings. So to me, that's just a great honor, and to watch these people that you've been here for 2 days, to watch these people leave here with that enthusiasm and saying that it's changed their lives, not just their horsemanship, but their lives and the way we communicate, is to me, is just very, very rewarding. And that's going to, in my opinion, override any championship that I win.
So what do you attribute your success to?
Well, Oliver, I'd certainly have to say the horse. I'd give it back to the horse because, you know, they've taught me a lot of great things about communication and dedication, awareness, all of those things that I think that they teach all of us all over the world, that the horse is one of the greatest animals to learn from because they mirror the owner, they mirror the rider, they mirror the handler, and we can learn so much from the horse.
You don't just solely work with quarter horses, do you? I mean, you were telling me that you've worked with thoroughbreds before, you've worked with show jumpers, you've worked with dressage horses.
It's the same. Horsemanship is horsemanship. And every thoroughbred and every quarter horse and every Arabian and every, you know, walking horse and, you know, every horse that I've ever handled that had a different breeding still had the same similar horse personality.
What I need to do is just get her body soft. You can see she's so defensive here. Want to get her body soft.
And, you know, they're horses. And they may be used for different things, but horsemanship is horsemanship, no matter what breed, what discipline. And a horse that won't get in the starting gate, I go back and build that trust, that foundation, and that respect on the ground to establish when I get to those starting gates, I've got some tools to work with and to build his confidence and knowledge to be able to want to be in the starting gates. I set them up for them to make their decision to want to be in there and not forced to make them get in there. You know, I let them make that decision. I might make it difficult in other areas, but they choose the right door to walk in. I don't make them choose that door. In my opinion, horsemanship is an ongoing journey. You never ever learn enough. These horses have so much information that they're sharing with us, and you've got to keep an open mind and be able to keep, I hope that I'm 90-something years old and I'm still learning. And I don't have it figured out. I've just got a good program that I'm developing and refining, and hopefully I'm going to keep doing that for the rest of my life.
Bobby Baffert and Dean Wayne Lucas obviously started as quarter horse trainers, and Bobby Baffert now is really sweeping up over here and seems to be up the top. How do you reckon he's taken quarter horse techniques and related them into the thoroughbred?
Both of those gentlemen were horsemen. They rode horses. They knew how to work with horses on the ground. They already had the advantage of getting a horse handled and controlled, and I think that's a great advantage. I see a lot of trainers in the thoroughbred business that don't know how to work with a horse, and they're great, you know, watching them run down the track and whatnot. But these gentlemen were on hands. They knew how a horse thought, and they knew how a horse reacted on the ground and on their back, and I believe their experience in the saddle also helped them become more and more effective when they went to the higher league, as they have done a great job.
Final question, if you were offered a trainer's license tomorrow, a thoroughbred trainer's license, what advantage do you think you would have on the other thoroughbred trainers?
Well, certainly I wouldn't disrespect those other trainers because they're knowledgeable. I'd find out as much information as I could. What could I bring to the table is, you know, I can understand how horses thinks, and mainly to build a horse's confidence. And that's what I'm all about, is building their confidence. And I feel like that I have a gift to do that with in the area that I'm in all kinds of disciplines, including racing. And at the end of the day, if that horse doesn't have confidence and he's fit, I'd rather have one that's maybe not as fit with a lot of confidence mentally to be able to get through that race, because that horse has to be mentally sound to really do enjoy it, to be successful. And if he's scrambled, if he has a scrambled mind and he's just a nervous wreck, he can be as fit as he wants to be, but he's going to get injured somehow getting in the stall or in in the starting gates or in the horse trailer or whatever. You know, so getting those horses mentally sound would be, I feel like, my advantage.
Okay, thanks very much indeed.
You bet, thank you.
Come with me, come ride the journey, saddle your horse and take the ride. Saddle your horse and take the ride. Saddle your horse and take the ride.